Let's take a moment and look at this core concept of one mechanism for supporting both Python 2 and Python 3. You saw in our previous example that we wanted to use the statistics module to compute the mean. Now, I realize there are many ways to compute the mean. We don't need to fall back on this. It's a pretty simple mechanism. But the idea is there's some module or some feature in a later version of Python that wasn't supported in a prior one. So this is not even about Python 2 versus Python 3. This is like Python 3.4 versus previous versions. Okay, so the statistics module is imported in Python 3.4.3. If we run this code on anything earlier than that, it's going to fail. It's going to say there is no module statistics, right? If we have it, it's a super easy way to compute the mean of a set of numbers. You can see below, got a bunch of numbers, statistics.mean, numbers, boom, out comes the average. But it fails on a lot of the versions of Python. So what do? One way we can solve this problem is we can use a try and just an empty except. There are possible problems you could expose yourself to here, but in this simple case, it definitely works well. So we can say, look, let's try to import the statistics module. If it doesn't work, it's going to throw an exception. We could actually catch the right type of exception. We'll get into exceptions later in the next app. But it's easy enough for us to go and write the statistics to stand-in.py, and we define a mean method, and it takes the same parameters as the real one. And the implementation you saw us in the previous example, write it was quite easy. So the way we solve our problem, and we get sort of code that runs on all the versions of Python, is we try to import statistics on new versions that just works and uses the best new module for that. If it doesn't work, it's going to fail, fall into the except block, and we're going to use this specific type of import. Say we're going to import statistics to stand-in, and we're going to actually give it the name statistics for this particular file. And since it has a mean method, the statistics.mean, it works exactly as we'd expect. Boom. Now our code works on all the versions of Python, just like that.